Greetings programs, Burnt Out Gamer here, and today we are going to be talking about the Xbox 360. In particular, my Xbox 360 collection and some of my favorite highlights. So let's check it out. So anyone that knows me knows I'm an Xbox guy. I've had my Xbox Live subscription active on my gamer profile for 15 years. So I've been in it for the long haul. I love all systems, I love all consoles and all that, but if I'm going to pick up any games, it's going to lean towards Xbox if it's anything modern. A big part of that early love with Xbox was, of course, the Halo series. And in particular, that we're talking about Xbox 360, Halo 3. Now, I loved Halo 3. It was amazing. I was not online during Halo 2, but when I got my Xbox 360, I immediately got Halo 3 and I jumped into it hardcore. And let me tell you, that was a college education playing that. I immediately jumped into the multiplayer, but Halo 3 had so much more to offer than just multiplayer. There was so much to do in that game at the time. The DLC that kept coming out added more multiplayer maps, but the campaign, going through it repeatedly, 4-player co-op was amazing. I had so much fun doing that with my friends, going in, finding every Easter egg. I swear we probably did find every single Easter egg in the Halo 3 campaign. We did it all, and I had a blast during those times. I highly recommend, just for nostalgia's sake, just so you know why people loved Halo 3 so much, or Halo in general so much, go back, it's on the Master Chief Collection, play Halo 3, play the campaign, see what everyone loved about it, and find out for yourself, if you haven't, why people keep calling for the series to go back to its roots, because that was the pinnacle, and it was truly something amazing. Now, myself, I've never been big into racing games. I've just never had a huge appeal for them. They are cool, I can give or take them, I don't necessarily dislike them, but it was never my thing. Forza, Gran Turismo, anything that's sim-related racing, I do not like. I mean, it's not my thing at all. What I do like, though, is more arcadey racers, and I've talked about it numerous times before. I've made a video on it, they've been included, but I gotta include it here because they are both two of my favorite Xbox 360 games. I had to have them in my collection. First one is, of course, Split Second. I cannot talk enough about Split Second. It is such an amazing game, over and over and over again. It's just fun, flat out. And that's what a game is supposed to be. It's just flat out fun. And going along with games just being flat out fun, Burnout Paradise. Now, the Burnout series has a long history, but Burnout Paradise is by far my favorite. It is just an amazing game. Open world, there is so much to do. You can go online and free burn with other players. Everything about it is just made just to immerse yourself and have just a riot. And they achieved that in both games, hands down. Now, Split Second has a very Death Race vibe to it. You're like on a reality TV show, racing to stay alive and win. And you go through, it's not just racing, but there are different time attacks and elimination type races and stuff like that. But the big play aspect of that is that by doing drifts and just being in position right, and just earning up, you build up a power play meter bar, which allows you to trigger events during the race. Like a skyscraper will fall and completely change the dynamic of the entire race, and it's a new circuit now. Or explosions will happen and take out other racers, and you'll be able to pass them and they'll have to respawn in the back of the pack. All of that stuff. It is amazing. And Burnout Paradise, obviously, I mean, what's not to love? There's so many Burnout aspects that people just find truly amazing, and Burnout Paradise captures that hands down to a T. I would recommend just going in and free burning around. I find myself getting lost in time. I'll go in and just start hanging around and just start cruising through the valley side and just trying to do sweet jumps and just going off the beaten path. And an hour have gone by. I'm like, oh shit. Like, wow. So it is any game that does that and you're immersed into it, just, you know, they're doing something right. I think they are both backwards compatible. Burnout Paradise has been re-released, so there is a new version of it. But both, check them out. Hands down, must-haves for your 360 collection. We're going along on the whole not being a huge into racing fan thing. I'm the same with sports games. I'm not big into sports ball at all. But again, if you have an arcade twist to it and make it less about reality and realness and more about fun, then you can count me in. And going along with that on a huge way is Blitz 1 and Blitz the League 2. Both of these games are incredible. I, again, am not into sports games whatsoever, but I will always play Blitz 1 and 2. Now, if you have never played Blitz the League, now it is the League. I keep saying Blitz because the Blitz series does go back far and it is more of a pickup like football game. But when they made Blitz the League, it completely changed everything. Now, the teams are all made up, they're all fake, and the game is centered around over-the-top violence. Now, I know you guys have probably all seen it, and even if you don't know where it's come from, you might seen it in gaming montages, but they have the dirty hit system where you build up power by just doing, you know, hits after the call, all that, you know, dirty hits, anything that's like kind of sketch. And once you build up that unleash meter, then it allows you to like do a super tackle or just any number of things like that. And more than likely, you're going to end up injuring your opponent. And doing so is utterly amazing because it goes into usually like an X-ray like vision thing where you see them like their bones being broken. And the second one, it really amps it up because then you can target usually like specific areas, and you know, you can even take out your like opponent's testicles. That's a big thing. I think there's even an achievement for it, for taking out your opponent's testicles. I don't know. Pretty awesome though. If you love football and you don't want to play Madden because that's just a little too deep for you, pick up Blitz the League. Play those. Next up is one that a lot of people don't know about. It's kind of a hidden gem. I've done some shorts on it. I've shown some gameplay on it. People usually respond pretty well in the comments, but it is Naughty Bear. Now, this is the special full edition one that I got, but yeah, Naughty Bear. If you've never heard of Naughty Bear, pick it up. It is awesome. It is depraved, it is sadistic, and it is twisted. And I love it for that fact. You run around as a giant teddy bear in Teddy Bear Kingdom, and you murder other teddy bears. That's all you do. That's it. You perform defluffications.
Defluffication! You defluff them all!
And you find different weapons to either bludgeon them or like pull their stuffing out, or all kinds of twisted teddy bear shenanigans. And that's pretty much all it is. It all starts that you weren't invited to the birthday bear party because you're not the popular bear. And apparently that pissed you off something fierce because whatever rail that you were about to fall off of, you did. And the whole game is just about you killing other teddy bears. If you want something kind of light, want something kind of funny, so want something that you and your friends can like laugh at or whatever, I suggest picking up Naughty Bear. Awesome, awesome, awesome choice. You see it, pick it up. These next two games pretty much change everything for Xbox players. Now, I love first-person shooters. Obviously, I've talked about that a number of times. Not necessarily has to be multiplayer, but I always love a campaign experience, and these next two games exemplified that to a T. Be Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Both of these games were massive back then, and everyone always expected a third one to come out. We never really got it, but if you have an Xbox 360, buy Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. So many zombie games are overdone, overplayed. The genre's been played out, kinda, if some people think that, but this was the original, really. And you had Dead Rising that had the whole mall, George Romero feel, but this was just straight up first-person shooter, running around, killing zombies, getting from point A to point B, getting to the safe house. And you and 3 other players would run through, and it was just an amazing experience. They had the AI director system in there that would, if you were doing really well, it would amp up the difficulty. If you were getting your ass whooped, it would kind of tone things down. So it did a really good job of giving you a really balanced, really good play experience. And with the atmosphere and the contextual clues of what happened with the virus and the zombies, because they don't give you any kind of story, and that's actually kind of one of the appeals. They don't get into that. It's just you're right there in the middle of the city in a zombie apocalypse, just kind of trying to make your way out. If you have an Xbox 360, if you enjoy first-person shooters, if you enjoy zombie games, I highly recommend picking up Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, because they are still classics. They hold up amazingly well, and I made sure to have them in my collection when I started collecting again. So that brings us to a close in this video. I have so many more titles, like I said, so I plan on doing many more videos talking about these games and other games like this, because I love sharing my collection with you people, and I love hearing about your collection. So let me know in the comments, what 360 titles are your favorite? Did you like any of these? Do you have any of these? I would love to hear about it. So remember, push that like button, the subscribe button, ring the bell, all the good shit that they tell you to do. And always, 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 as I say, remember to be excellent to each other. And until next time, programs, be well.